Hey coaches, it's Coach Parker with CoachParker.org. How you guys doing today? Hey, today I had a request from one of my readers in the Wing T book that talked about what I meant by call the bubble hole. So I thought I would go over that strategy today about calling the bubble hole. And before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel if you get a chance. Hit the notify bell and all that good stuff. Helps me with Google. That's free. And if you want to do more and support me, head over to my playbook store over at coachparker.org. And you can see all my playbooks here on the screen. I've got a bunch of new youth football formation series of playbooks, ebooks, and of course the Power Wing Beast offense, the 6-2 multi-8 defense, drills ebook. I've got the Wildcat multi-spread ebook on sale this month for $19.99, 7-on-7 and 8-man football. But if you want to support me, help me bring more free content to the youth football community, like, subscribe, buy, all that good stuff. Thanks a lot. So let's get into what I mean by calling the bubble hole here. So to me, the bubble hole is the offensive hole gap that is emptied, and there's no first level D line player, D lineman in that gap, or a linebacker that's come up to blitz. So it's an empty hole. And usually there'll be a guy head up on either side of this empty gap or hole, or they'll maybe even further out, which is even better. But that makes it very easy to block and run through, especially if you're ISOing on that linebacker with a fullback or another back. But I really like to find the holes in the youth football defense where there's nobody in that in that gap. So it's easier to run to. And we may try to even split bigger using our IQ splits to get that gap even larger, especially if you've been running my pie, beast fat, beast cake formations, where we'll find the bubble hole and even split wider so we can get those two backs to block through there. It's giving us better blocking angles, better running lanes, and man, it's a really, really helpful thing as an offensive coordinator to have a spotter to help you find these open gaps left by the defense. And I'm going to go through a couple of defense here. I've got this is from the pistol book, and it's showing you, if you look on here, where some open gaps are. You can see them here. There's a guy here. There's a big gap here where the star is, and then this is giving you this gap here. And, there could be a gap here on the wedge if you wanted to there. But let's go over some specific defenses that I've got here. So right here, I've got a 6'2", and a 6'2" Y tackle, and we're in a Y tackle out of this 6'2". Usually they leave you the B gap pretty wide open, and you can see it here. And this is what I call the bubble, and there's the bubble hole. And if they're playing a Y tackle with two minimum players in the A gap, man, this B gap is killer on the 6'2" wide tackle. And that's the reason why in my 6'2" defense, I flip between the split 60, the wide tackle, and the tight tackle, and the gap 8, so I can hide this big old bubble here. And you can see it's like a gap and a half, almost 2 gap there. And so if you're playing a team that's running a 6'2" wide tackle, this stuff is really, really nice, because what I'll do is I'll just get these two backs to block up. I'm blocking out here. And then, of course, he's going right through for the touchdown. So you got to be careful about that. And if you're playing the 6'2" as a defense, you have to realize that's coming, because I know I'm coming there. So let's take a look at the 5'3", which is another big youth football defense. You've got your Mike and then the two outside linebackers here. And I think, you've got an A gap and a C gap. And I really like to And usually these tackles will be even kind of tighter here. So I really like this angle in the C right there to hit uh, on my on that open gap on the 5-3 is the C gap to me. And it could be the B depending on how that tackle is playing. But usually you got your ends out there, and then that gives you that C, D, and possibly D. Really nice gap. So you've got, you got this block coming up here and this guy hitting through there like that. That is a really nice bubble lane right there on the 5-3. So let's look at another defense real quick. So the 5-2 is very much like the 5-3, but it may even give you a bigger lane depending on how they're playing their tackles. And so you've still got this C here, but if they've 46'd on you a little bit and they've moved those tackles in, and let's move them in here where they're playing tight right here. Man, look at that thing. That is beautiful for your open bubble there and calling that bubble hole. And then of course I've got, I'm running this out of the pistol dabs, or you could call this the trig if he's under center. But you've got these blocks coming through, and this guy going for the touchdown there. So that's just absolutely amazing there. Let's do, I think I got one more here. 4-4. These are the main defenses that I normally see. The 4-4 is a little tricky, and I've got this in a shift here to the strong side with the guards, and you can kind of see it. You can see it here with these two guards. I've shifted them over because of those two guys, and so they've got you kind of over here. So you've got this nice on a 4-4, which I call the stretch, and even the sweep. You've kind of got it, but there's a corner sitting there. So I like the stretch over here. But what this really gives you is you've got this bubble here because you've got that, and then you've also got this that bubble. So you see those, and so what I may do with this is, lead block here, maybe kick out here, and then this guy's the ball carrier here or here into those. And so those are some things you could do right there for those bubbles. So that's what the bubble call is. I hope you guys are getting that now. The one little thing, we try to audible into the bubble or have our quarterback call the bubble. And then if a player moves into the bubble as we've called, we have a Olga and Inga call, which will tell the backs to go inside or outside of that particular hole that we've called. So we hit that better bubble if they've kind of negotiated what we're doing there with a wide hole. So there's more of that. You can contact me or find some of that, I believe, in some of my other videos, but especially on the cake and the fat videos, those formations where we're using adjustable blockers to move into the bubble hole area prior to block. So, and let me show you how to do that just in case you're wondering. So let's just draw something up real quick here. So in cake fat or even this pistol dabs, let's say we've got a guard here and a tackle. Let's see, this is the end, and then we are in this wide tackle, and you can see that there. What we may try to do sometimes with that is move those guys out on a big split. So you may see us do this. And we can stay in dabs or whatever. But instead of having the backs back here, they move up here into like a dual sniffer roll. So they can get through this lane pretty quickly onto the linebacker here. And that's dabs, kind of a snub sniffer roll there. So you can see kind of how we do that. So that's another way to do that if you want to. So that's enough on the bubble. If you have any questions, definitely head over to Coach Parker, hit my contact form there and email me. But I hope you enjoyed the video on how to call the bubble hole. Like I said, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. It helps me with Google. It's free. That's a good way to support me. If you want to do more, you can hit one of my playbooks over at coachparker.org playbook store. I've got everything over there, just about everything for everybody. I think I've got like 3,000 pages of stuff and 1,500 different plays. So there's that complete package you can get for $88, which is a really good deal. And also, as I said earlier, the Wildcat playbook is on sale this month for $19.99. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Hope you guys are doing well. Remember to play for fun, and winning is funner. I'll see you guys next time. This is Coach Parker. Ciao.